Snap actually, Code Lock actually found it, and going to convert it to a KYNTO. What is this called? Arcade machine. Jesus. And thinking, like a screenshot essentially on the sides. And I was like, how do you figure out like how to like make a picture that size on a computer and print it out? And he's like, oh, could just scan it. So I don't know why that, but stoked. I've never tried anything like this. Going to keep the black. The plastic is glittery, black glittery, which is reminiscent of the background. So I think it would be nice to keep that, and then paint everything else in the colors of KYNTO, which is currently a gold and blue, a goldish yellow and blue. And yeah, and it's neat because it's already there. It's called the Pixelmatic. It's LOL Surprise Arcade Heroes. I don't know, but it's a brilliant little cabinet, and I think it's a piggy bank or something. I actually couldn't figure out how to open it. Maybe you stick something in here. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm not really sure what it is actually. Maybe this is covering a coin slot. I don't know, but it's going to be brilliant. And I'm trying to now find a claw machine, a toy claw machine, and I want to try to make the pixel art claw machine that is actually in KYNTO. And some Lego leftovers, and we can make some decorative things. I wanted to try, I already forgot. I wanted to try to make like, what was it again? Oh yeah, mix it with polymer clay. So I'm trying to finish this net because going tomorrow. And I just I'm stoked because the last few days while waiting for the rest of the sunburn to just kind of go away, so get back out there and stay out there. And, like, I didn't hit the snorkeling. There's a snorkeling, how would you say, trail. And they put what they call modules down there, which is hunks of steel and concrete, I'm guessing, and other things like that. Specific concrete. I do remember always hearing that it's a specific concrete. But anyway, it's like a little garden, if you will, that you can walk down. There's one down. My fins aren't going to be in until Monday, but I'm so used to swimming without fins anyway that fins just adds, and not having them doesn't subtract, so no worries there. And Code Lock does have his fins, which is brilliant because I get more short videos because right now I can't edit. My phone is 99% full, but I cannot. And we were just talking about this because, like, now he's making videos, so, like, finally have someone that gets it. Because, excuse me, that's all right. I do inhale a lot. But the thing is I can't. All of the videos I've been taking pretty much are in portrait mode because I've been trying to make a lot of shorts because they're short and sweet, easy, and like I really enjoy them, and they're the only videos I'm able to send my mom because her phone is absolutely useless, and unfortunately we're not very proactive in that situation. They live downtown, and their phone just like, it sounds like I'm talking to somebody lost at sea. Like, it's bad. I'll try to record it, honestly, because I should just record it and send it to Boost, because that's what they have. That's what pretty much everyone in that area has. There's one on every block. But, yeah, it doesn't work. I think they're on the wrong cell tower, but unfortunately, can't get them to ask. But, and I forgot what I was talking about. Gosh darn it. I think it was more important than that. But, oh yes. So, my phone is 99% full, this one. And I can't edit anything because when I go to save the edited, it says it's too full. And I can't back up it. It won't let me back up just certain folders and or individual things. But if I back it up, my phone, I can't download anything back onto it unless it's under 4 seconds or something ridiculous, and a lot of them are in portrait mode. So I need to be able to edit them on the phone because I can't edit them on desktop or post them from desktop. Like, I mean, I could edit them from the computer, but I can't post them from desktop. But I can't get it back on my phone to post it from there. And I would just use the Reels editor or Shorts editor here on YouTube because it's really all I need is because I pretty much just stitch the shots together, maybe trim the beginning and ending for time, but I don't really edit extensively yet. I do have a lot of ideas, mostly art ideas. I just have to buckle down and sit in one spot long enough. But, let's see. I always wanted to make videos, music videos, or visuals, but, I don't know. Too many, little, craft and creation ideas, I guess. Underwater, I'm really excited. I'm gonna bring some clothes with me to try to get some sweet B-roll for future use. Faceless B-roll. Because then it will be more usable. Yeah, so I don't know what to do about storage and stuff like that. And seeing Code Blocker over there, also suffering the same. I was like, dear God. Oh yeah, so I would use the Shorts editor. Shorts editor, brilliant. Simple, brilliant. If you put more than one clip, the clips are upside down. And I tried to save the video upside down, rotate the video in my phone and then re-upload it to see if it would turn it back. It was still upside down. It's like it knew. It's like it's doing it on purpose. So I don't know how to get around that. And I looked it up, and it seems like it's been a thing for a very long time. A little bit of a dilemma, I suppose. And I'm really thankful for this new camera for many reasons. And one of the, not as important, well, yeah, it is for storage. But one reason is definitely a new filming apparatus that has a different storage facilities. It feels like a fresh start because I really don't know what to do. This is coming out pretty decent. I'm not sure what this is called. I have a few rolls of it. I think at a yard. I could be brilliant. It's really fun to my favorite ways to make a quick cord is just using a crochet hook and doing a chain stitch. And it's like a braid. It looks like a braid. Just because I like making or wearing a cord. Quick release. That's a little technology. But I like wearing cords under the water because when you find stuff, and if it's something that you like, oh, that's going to be my new favorite shell for the next week for sure. You could pop it on your, and then at the end of your swim, you'll have like a really cool, I feel like that's kind of an emergent art. I never really heard of that until talking to Kodlok was in the name. He's a programmer, so it's a totally different mindset and way to go about filtering through information. And I feel like it's almost as opposite as you could get, but also very similar in weird ways. Like, and a lot of different scenarios could equate like programming to various craft forms. I don't talk this much in real life. Just like an hour a day. An hour every day. I think I did right. I'm doing 4 chain stitches, and then you don't even have to count, like, you just go into the big knit holes. Bam. And you just drag it through like here. I can't hold this. Ugh, my finger hurts. It does. But I'm trying to get used to holding it more properly, but for some reason I just can't. And I've been crocheting for years. Granted, not crocheting for years consecutively. I crochet, like, if I want like a little change purse or a knit bag, like I'll just, you know, pick it back up for that. And I really want to get good at it though, because I can't get the patterns out of my mind. The cute, like, wearable clothes, and like I've always had decent luck finding cool patterns, and there's always been brilliant crochet artists that produce really nice wearable garments and useful objects. However, like, the fits of everything is very I don't know, comfortable. Like silhouettes that I used to have a really hard time finding. I would have to like take a dress and flip it inside out and stitch both sides into a more like shape that looked better, because that's one reason why I tried to go for pretty much like 1960s clothes. And then when I was a kid, my mom's friends who is from India gave me a bunch. Is it called Lahanga Koli? I forgot what the shirt is called. And they just fit brilliantly. They fit just like the handmade shirts my great grandma made, which I only have 3. And I'm very lucky to have those, because I think I only really met her, or she, well, obviously I didn't meet her, but I think she passed when I was 1. And really funny story. She played banjo pretty proficiently. She was like, she's described as a master banjo player by family, friends, and family. I so wish there was video or something recorded. And I remember the story that she either crashed into something, or was pulled over speeding. She has a lot of run-ins with the laws. She was a little fiery woman, real estate agent, and like as soon as she would get a car, she would have it painted red. And she was very short. She was very small. I found her shoes, and but you know, I've seen pictures. And a chain smoker. And her name is Adeline. Really cool lady in my books. And she got pulled over, and like she's in like with my grandpa, my godmother, and she just, I guess, as sweet as possible, told the cops that like the kids have to deal with it because she has a roast in the oven, and she just took off running down the street with her dress in her hands, like hiked up. And yeah, it was probably the 60s, so she probably had like, you know, a little pillbox hat on and stuff. Hey, I'm starting to get used to holding it like that. Oh. Then I just did it. Yes. That's like muscle memory working. Nice. Oh, I didn't look. I'm sorry. I'm really dying to finish this. My bad habit of starting too many small projects, cause like, and I deem this as a small project because I deem it as simple and something I can make relatively quickly. I just end up with a pile of unfinished crafts, honestly. And I'm really trying to change that. I guess the first step is awareness. I've been aware of this for a very long time. I've burnt food because I decided it was a good time to experiment with plaster, which, wow, plaster, a really fun experiment, and I've done it a few times. Somewhere I have some fingers. So you fill a rubber glove with plaster of Paris, and then you just use basic little chisels. You could even use a flathead screwdriver, and you just slowly carve out a hand. You know what a hand looks like. And I've never carved anything before that, and it was like a super nice hand, like with like the wrinkles and everything, because you could really take your time with it. However, when you do like scratch the plaster, the plaster falls away, so like you can see clear like marks as you know, you don't have to like grind it for a long time in order to see any. So it's really really cathartic. And I still have some plaster. However, not all plaster is made equal, I think, and the stuff I have is very brittle. But maybe that'll be even more satisfying to carve. I used anything I had. I had like nails, flathead screwdrivers. So how big is this gonna be? I think it's half done, because I don't want it too small. And I think I'm not crocheting round or anything like that. I'm just making a big old rectangle, and then I'll stitch it like this, and or like this, probably like this. Actually, oh hey, you know what? I might just keep it a small one, because then I'll be done. It's just something, a little temporary reciprocal. And I'm just going to put a long strap so I could wear it around. I kind of like the idea of having it stick. It's just more even. I didn't like so much that it was going to be stitched like that. But, ooh, maybe I can make a circle for the inside. I learned how to do the expanding. Let me just this is going to be the size of this one. So, what do I do? Because I could always just make another one. This was like a day, but only because I didn't sit long enough. Never been to Florida. Florida is, oh, Roberta, you Florida is, I don't think I could, I have tried to move from Florida actually. I briefly moved to Colorado, and I loved it. I really loved it. And one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen, that's for sure. However, born and raised Florida, and it's just, I think I'm stuck here. Definitely not complaining, but it's just, I'm not very good with the cold, I think. That's one thing. And the swimming, I can't get enough of it, to be honest. Yeah, definitely. You know, I love a good theory. I love all theories, really. And, excuse me. But I really do like aquatic ape theory because, I mean, that's exactly how I feel when I'm in there, a happy one at that. Because the water clarity, I had no idea why. Because I've been saying it for years, like, to friends and family, how, like, this is the spot. And, turns out it's like the Gulf Stream is very close to the coast here. And it's just like super clarity. And if you look up Blue Heron Bridge, that's where pretty soon I'll have videos to post from it because it is still on the camera. But I'm bringing my camera as soon as possible. And hopefully you'll see an octopus this time. I guess octopus are one of the more common things that you get to see there. And lobster, and there's a ton of blue crab, for instance. There's a ton of parrotfish, which were really cool to see. And beaked fish. And, whoops, I think I did the wrong, but that's okay. It's just a swim back. I think I might have done it. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, I don't know what stitch this is, but it's nice. Yeah. Oh, I didn't think about counting. Oh, we'll figure that out. So, this is just to swim with, and when I do this, I'm going to try to soak it in paraffin wax or something, whatever is like safest for the ocean, and like doesn't, I don't know. I think paraffin, I don't know. That's what I use for jar lids, like the cloth lids. I have a scrap of fabric. It's nice to just iron in some wax. It's very confusing sometimes. Huh. That's it. It's stitched. Not big. gracefully get to this side, I wonder, because I just thought about that now. Let's come to that. I wanted to draw a pepper, and I found this perfect example. Mustn't is I forgot about this. It's like, honestly, it's like the parrotfish are so gorgeous. They're almost divine. They're like blue from afar, but when you get close, they're like all different colors, and their texture, like not scaly, they're really surreal looking, and they look like CGI. I couldn't believe there's fish there. But yeah, there's a lot of food down there, and like just gotta get my I guess my family background, because my dad has a boat, but it's just sitting there. It's just a fishing boat, and when I was a kid, he was quite serious about fishing. Ever since he was a kid, that's just kind of his thing, and fisherman through and through, and like cobia, like, I'm sure they have other hangout spots, but I know they like structures and like areas that look, brilliant to swim in. Yeah, so really want to focus on that. And we both have saltwater and freshwater fishing license, which, it's a few it's just a few bucks, and it goes to like repopulating fish. I know they do a bunch of stuff. I don't know. And you get a cool little card for your wallet with Guy Harvey art on it. Guy Harvey is pretty much like our Picasso. Not Picasso, but like Michelangelo. And I'm so stoked to have a little bag again. And this is about the same size. Do you have like Northern European? Excuse me. I know not many people here will relate to this next statement, but they don't make lipstick how they used to. I've been trying to find like small businesses that just make highly pigmented stuff, because everything at the store just feels like gross. It's just very, and it's like, because you're putting it on your face, and like I would just rather something that actually is like, I don't know. But anywho, all I know is my family came here from Germany a long time ago, and one side is all in was all settled in Pennsylvania, and the other in Minnesota. And I'm in a laugh. I really love Minnesota. I wasn't laughing at that. And what's it called? Pennsylvania Dutch, pretty much like is like my great grandma's. I wish I had more pictures of when my grandparents died. I was staying in one of the houses they had like their house, had a house next door, and like and it's gone. It's the saddest thing that's ever happened. But anywho, it was all Pennsylvania Dutch. It was the folk art was all, there's the tiles on the wall and the hex signs everywhere. And unfortunately, she passed before I could really was one. But a lot of that, my family's very like scattered and small, so it's always been hard. And let me think, what else in it? I know North Carolina. I actually have. My mom and I were on the phone the other day, and the phone clarity was not that bad, and I actually wrote down as many places and names as I possibly could, and I think I've always just been told German and Irish, and it sucks to only know that because, like, obviously, myself included, it didn't just pop out of nowhere, and it'd just be nice to know like a little something. And like I've been so curious at times that I'll message people with the same last name and ask if they know anything about it, and most times they say no. I don't know if those sites that show you like your coat of arms is very accurate. But I don't know. And I was once told by a friend's mom that I have a very Scandinavian nose. Like, not hello or anything, it was just that. Oh, I'm so excited. So I'm just doing a little, like, slip stitch action around, so I don't have to, like, take the yarn out. And, let's see. Oh, hello, Beard James. Hello, Yellow Beard James Gibson. Orlando, very nice. Thank you! Just now remembering I have to do live chat because they automatically put it on top chat, which I just don't understand. Because then it filters out. Uncalled for. And I'm so excited for more. I remember I had a Thich Nhat Hanh book. Oh my god. The color green is a little bit of an ashy green. It looks like smoke clear trees. But, it said, I have lost my smile, but don't worry. The dandelion has it. And I just never forgot that because it was a very memorable statement, I suppose. And I feel I get it now. Because the ocean, everyone has their spot, especially like those who, it's just wild to me that like have to specify nature. Right? Like everything is nature, but like so I try to say outdoors instead of nature. Because like I just overthink it, and I don't know, maybe it's dumb, but really just stoked to be back ocean. It's really good. So yeah, it's probably gonna be like the life passion from now on, and so I am really stoked to have I think it's so important to have like a dive partner and someone to swim with, because it is quite intimidating down there. No shame in admitting that, because like it's very lively, and like the entire floor of the Blue Heron bristle brushes like a lot. And what else? I saw one jelly, but it was like very small, and it was just kind of It's very intuitive. That's why I really want to get a little bit more fluid with crochet, because I swear it's almost like a 3D pen, if you will. It's just one little hook. And you could make a crochet hook out of anything rigid. Oh, I'm doing that thing with my foot really quick. Ew. Ew. I'm just putting some, my feet are always asleep. I sit in the same position for too long without realizing. I can't remember if I did 1 or 2 stitches. I think I'm just gonna do it quick. And you could add beads or shells to the yarn, and I really like doing that because they find their own way to situate themselves, and it always ends up really pleasing. I really wish I could hold the yarn properly though, because my finger hurts. So tonight probably, I keep saying that, but I'm really excited for just New World, because it's really hard to describe like how intense it is swimming in the ocean, like clear ocean with like tons happening, and clear and still, so you could really move your body in ways that you could never on land. And the blue, the color, I think it's like being in that color is like like being in snow. Couldn't believe how clear and like a jolt to like the center of my mind. It was very impactful. Excuse me. And should I get some tea? Don't talk this much in person. I am trying to learn some songs, like songs I feel like other people would know, because I do want to start bringing my guitar to Blue Heron, because I miss random interactions like that, and I have to remember to bring the tripod so I could stream. If it's not too busy. If it's too busy, it might be a little too much to have I really want to get one of those tripods that hold the phone, like kind of like a spider, and has the bendable legs. Alright, cool. Just gonna knot these bones and it's lined up perfectly. And the next one is going to be larger and I have a drawstring, but this one is just literally to have, and I could throw things in it real quick and then make it to shore. But it's just a little pouch. 666s. Here's the pouch. Yeah, most of my family is Irish. The last name is Emmett. And, like my grandpa's name is Michael Clark Emmett. And, trying to find pictures. Anybody in Palm Beach County in the 60s, maybe, oh no, it'd be like 40s or 50s. They had a restaurant in Lake Worth Beach in a trailer, and it was called Kelly's Diner, I believe. And they would wear Kelly green and little uniforms, and really wholesome stories. And like back then, you could like put a popsicle stick in the parking meters. Past the statutes of limitations. What I'll have to do is make a quick strap, which I'm not even going to crochet it. I'm just going to do a slip stitch, or a chain stitch, which most every crochet project, unless you're like crocheting in the round, I guess. I think that's how you say it, crocheting in the round. And trying to get more water appropriate clothes. But the shorts, I can't find shorts that are like, anytime I get small, it's like loose, but if I get extra small, it's too small. And so I really just should maybe finally learn how to sew. Because now I know the fabrics to look for. Oh look, I'm wearing a tea bag. I'm not used to like beach shorts, to be honest. I don't really like shorts. Like if I was a lad, I would wear kilts. And it's not anything against shorts, it's just, it's very uncomfortable. I like being able to climb stuff, or like, I squat. When I sit out in public, like I'm usually squatting. And, yeah, because then you always have a chair. See? And like this is just a chain stitch, and it doesn't look like a braid. Here, let me flip it. My nails are stained from the soil. I was digging in some really fertile soil from the banana tree. I was trying to find worms for the fish. There's tadpoles in every water, so there's no mosquito larvae. So I might have to figure out an alternative food source for the gambusia. But they do like worms, it's just very hard to find one small enough for them. And this is brilliant because with this hook, you're turning one thread into a nice thick, and you could use that to carry a bundle of sticks. Or tie something. I used this for like belts. I used to wear a lot of like big 1980s belts, and sometimes they would just break. And I don't carry a crochet needle on me anymore because now that I have like multiple sizes, I like keeping them together. But I usually carry, then I had a bone one I carried forever, but I've had it for so long I'm now like super attached to it. I don't want to break it. So. I always forget how to do that. So when it falls off the needle, it like changes. Sure. It's just an underwater swim bag, so it's gonna get all salted up, and we'll probably have to make a new one every couple of months. I really wish I could find like maybe an old pair of basketball shorts, because that mesh, or the crotchal, the crotch area of a men's bathing suit. That mesh is built for water, and that would make an excellent swim bag. You just really need some mesh. Because if I mean, you should have a mask if you're gonna swim in the ocean anyway, because it's not like a thing like about sharks or things like that so much as it is standing on something you don't want to stand on, like a sea urchin. And when the footage is up, I'll be able to show you the sea urchins. I didn't think they were that big. And the ones that have the thicker spines, Code Lock got one on camera. I didn't see it down there. I would have freaked out because, like, I've only seen the spines in shell shops. I wish I could do this faster. When you watch people crochet on YouTube, they're machines. And as of thus far, computers can't crochet yet because of, I don't know, reasons. I watched a video once. Or machines can, I don't know. I can knit, but can't crochet. So, okay. It would be a fun thing to watch though in KYNTO. I really do want to start having watch and discussion things, but I feel like, yeah, I just need to keep like a live interface up because sometimes I'm too shy to get things going and like plan meetups and stuff like that because I don't know. But yeah, we're all the ones that we know of, so I'm trying to really break out of like my last little bit of shyness. Yes. I don't know if shyness is the word. I'm so stoked for this. It was so simple. I'm gonna make a really big one for the for the fins. And there's no plastic on this, so I could tie it onto the camera and it won't make any noise, like knocking back and forth. I forgot to turn that light on. I think that's why it looks so different. It's really cathartic, really satisfying. And this, you don't have to know how to crochet. It's, you know those knots that, like, you do that, like a slip knot? Like that. It's a slip knot. And you could really, you do that to start. And then you just, well, you know, loop it over and see that hook? It's to grab that yarn. Oh shit. And there you go. Under, so the yarn doesn't grab, or the hook doesn't grab onto the yarn. You could pull it right through. And it's a nice round so it doesn't get caught on the fibers or anything. Oh, I wish I would stay focused. And then when you get a nice little groove going, and like with the smaller, excuse me, with a smaller needle and smaller thread, you can make shoelaces. Gosh, here, let me try to fix this. Nope, that's not gonna do it. Well, let's see. No. Gosh. Please don't judge my battered fingers and my camera and stuff. Yesterday I spent like 20 minutes opening a coconut. It was crystallized inside. See, you could grab with the hook and you twist and it stays on the hook. And even if you don't ever learn how to crochet, Because, like, I could only do a few basic stitches. But those basic stitches build really quick and you could do all kinds of stuff. You can make table mats or placemats with a single stitch. Nets, bags. And I've been trying to really learn guitar again, so my tips are brutalized. We only have so much time on Earth with able bodies. I want to master all the crafts. Even if I don't master them, I want to tinker. And I don't have any crafts really mastered, so that's why I lovingly refer to myself as a jackass of all trades. It's not like that. I think I'm a jackass. I just think it's so. And same thing with, I keep saying this, like, ignorance is bliss. That resonates with me deeply, but not because, like, not knowing anything or not seeking to learn more or discover. Avoiding that is blissful. Ignorance is bliss, meaning you don't know anything for sure. It's when you're sure of something that things just get rough. And then you find yourself defending something that might not even exist. And this reality and all of its infinite atoms. And it changes all the time, so it's very hard to be sure of anything. Look how stagnant archaeology is. And I hear often complaints on science as a whole stagnates because everyone wants to be sure. For some reason, facts can't be fluid, regardless of constant new discoveries. And comparing notes leading to common grounds in the darndest places. And people like say this or that about Graham Hancock. So I really like the saying, everything gets older, because it's true. It's just that it's so stagnated though, like you don't really hear about it a lot. And the timelines, I mean, I get that the timelines can't change every day, but they do. That's what's great about the internet. And that's one thing I do like my fantasy about AI would be that it scans the whole of the internet, finds all the correlations, all the common ground, all the patterns between very different places, like everywhere. Like, it doesn't matter if it's cell structure or like a random city in Australia. And just compares notes. So I'm like hunched over by this. Attached. Oh, really attached. Started kind of sifting shells from last time. This one was really nice. And I haven't found one quite this large in a while. And there's a little olive shell in it. Tiny one. My nails are so stained from that soil. I really need to wash my hands like 50 times because I hate like going and oodles of brutal noodles. But not here. And I'm really thankful for that. Really very genuine human beings. But I have no idea the fertility, and that the soil was like pitch black. Okay, these are some of my favorite things to find. Oh, is this the spirals from inside various shells? I think I'm landing on it's the innards of one of these. I feel like it is. I've always wondered. I'm like, just haven't really been successful at looking it up. Not everything's online. Like, past few days I was looking for a snorkeling guide for blue heron. It's like a world-renowned spot. I was blown away by actually how known it was. It was really quite nice to see. And but I couldn't find a single site that had all the species to look out for, stuff like that. Stuff like that. And Code Block finally found one, but I was unsuccessful. And I looked, so I was on every website. And all that. The angelfish. Huge angelfish. Spadefish. Barracuda. Sea urchins. Barnacles. Limpets. Coral. Stingray. Manta ray. Parrotfish. Lots of others. I haven't ID'd the fish with the black spot for some reason. Cause I knew sand perch didn't have like that. I just don't know what they are, and I've looked on every. It's probably a weird thing. I don't know. But yeah. I'm gonna have to go very early and still choosing which spot to check out. So I'll make sure the camera is ready. Okay. I forgot that it has a little stretch to it. And what was it? You just pull the thread through it and it's golden. You don't have to knot it. It's really, it's just like a braid. This is some horrible lighting, y'all. I'm sorry. Doesn't it look just like a braid? Can't really see it. What else? Go outside, guys. I think I'm pretty well done with this. I'm gonna finish her up. And all these needles are from yard sales. Yard sales and thrift shops. And I think I did get one pack from Walmart, but it was less than $3 and it came with 4 needles. So get them while they're still affordable, because you never know. What happened to skirt stick might happen to crochet stuff. This way just diffuse the light in here. Trying to think where I should. So, I just put the needle through and take the yarn. Especially when it's short yarn and like the tail is about the length of the needle itself, because then you can just pull it through like that. I'm gonna go around. I don't know why I'm always so paranoid stuff is going to unravel, but I like to make sure it's nice and returned. And I actually changed my mind because I think that's good. I just, as soon as I said that, usually I'll loop it around over and over and over again, like kind of obsessively. But I realized after I swim with it in salt water, that all this is gonna be like locked into place. Probably get quite fuzzy too. Very excited. Oops. What's going on here? I probably will use the tails of these to add like something, like a bead or something. I just realized I have to really tie it because that one little, it's not no land bag. Just thinking of Boynton Inlet is really nice. They made a bird sanctuary. It used to be called Beer Can Island, and it's a little risky to swim there. You have to just only do it if it's like there's a bunch of people and nice and calm, because it's right on the inlet. And Boynton Inlet is actually quite a dangerous inlet. There's a lot of capsizes and all kinds of accidents there. But so the inlet, like, it has a bridge going over the inlet, and it's in a section of Atlantina called Manalapan. Huge, massive houses, and gorgeous. And there's this public parking area that the ramp going down is straight down, and it's right on the water, it's right on the inlet, and that's where you could get to the ocean from Lake Worth Lagoon. And cut at that far down. Let's do the same on the other side. And it's a beautiful fishing spot, and in that area where the first parking lot west, heading south, you could jump in the water, and there's pylons that keep you from going in the, well, keep boats from going out within the thing. And really, really cool. And yeah, it's a bird sanctuary, so you have to really make sure you don't touch anything like gathering anything. So what happened to the lady and the clams? Even though those were clams, those weren't shells. Darn it. I really make sure I try not to get any creatures, because unless I'm going there for food, but A shell is not a shell if it's still occupied, in my humble opinion. Well, it's still theirs. I just feel bad. Jokes. I'm gonna keep the little tails because I think it looks cute. Alright. The little fibers that hang off of it. I think it looks quaint. That's it. So now I don't have to keep going. Oh, I don't have to swim with the Ziploc. I still am going to swim with a little container, like a little film container or a pill bottle, because if I swim with one, I fill it with water first so it sinks with me, and I could put the small things in it. Like if I find cat eyes, like these will slip right through. So let's see if I do. And calories. So I will. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna use a mesh bag. That's right. A mesh bag. And these. But I have just small ones. And this one. I guess I could use this. But anyway. Yeah. So. Oh, wow. Because I have to show it's my footage so we could tell our footage apart because there's just one camera. So I always, I have all the cheesy footage because every 2 seconds I'm like, and in the water. There's a reason why you go to the coast and everyone looks stoked to be alive. Like there's this one guy just there by himself enjoying a beer, like his Coors Light, and he was just sitting at the wall, and every so often he'd be like, there's a stingray right there. And I'd be like, oh no way, go down, and then come back up, and he's like, you see it? Cool. And it's just like, you know what I mean, ultimate joy, every direction. And like, Kodar was like talking to the, a guy that, there's so much happening in every time, it's so gorgeous. And look at this, it's a broken Scotch bonnet, however, because it's quite exquisite. The spiral. Isn't it beautiful? Even just, there's a little bit of a sand stuck in this stuff. But even just this on a cord, I think is so interesting. Ever since I was a kid, I had a little, in my mind, everybody has their little fantastical things. And it's like, I mean, when I was a kid, I thought, like, I was going to get arrested for stealing shells because they're that beautiful to me. And I mean shells, like broken shells, like shells, like nothing in them shells. And because they all look like stuff that you would see in the stores and stuff like that. And I would find such, like, ones that, like, I loved so much. It was this highly valuable object. And that has never changed. I just can't get over it. I took the show. Just took 2 days of just casual, just picking it up every time like something was on TV or something. I think it's cold. I can feel my lip. It's very hot. So I'm in work clothes still. And I'm trying to wear like clothes that are ready for water, but the problem is it all fits me like a balloon, like an empty balloon. I can't get anything. And I tried, like, clothes that are known for having really small clothes, and extra small is too small. Like, if I bent, it would rip, and small is really loose, so, you know, not bad. This is brilliant. I can play with that. Simple though. I can. dear Christ, Lord have mercy, and his wife. So I finally got caught up in the water, and I try to be very descriptive with my words. I will scan every freaking word I know to use adequate and like as adequate as I can descriptors, especially if it's a surreal experience that is very easy to be had. And underwater, this area is that, and like a few times like Du Bois like sold him on that, but and I kept saying it's a little murk, like it's clear, it's nice, still got some murk, like it's salt murk, but it's murk. It's not clear. And St. Island's like gorgeous. Lake Worth gorgeous. Phipps. Everywhere's gorgeous, but it's like the clarity and no murk, no deep, and deep, but like deep like depth wise, which is great. But sometimes there's like a deep blues areas that's very like I don't know, feel salty and like just the clarity, and you just you just gotta get a little closer to objects. Like it blew my mind knowing that Blue Heron Bridge cleared 60 feet one day. It's really cool, I think. I don't know. So the first time I'm really getting into it like on a more before like they're just so used to it because Lake Worth, downtown Lake Worth area is just right next to the ocean, and my dad's a fisherman. He's slowly getting back into it, and I tell you what, I was going to Blue Heron, like rekindled something, and like instead of telling stories about like fights in like 1980s bars, it's now back to stories of fishing, and you know that'll keep you young forever. Obviously, if you don't like overdo it, because I feel like it's easy to be overdone because it's so nice out there, and like a lot of fishing boats, there's no shade, and especially the boat that I grew up on doesn't have a cabin, and then the boat my dad has now doesn't have a cabin, just like a little fishing boat. It's really fun, and I haven't been out since the freaking pandemic. I took it to the West Coast, and that was really fun. There was sandbars everywhere, so we got stuck every 2 seconds. And that's what I mean, like, I wish I did this channel sooner. And, yeah. I'm gonna grab a cup of coffee real quick, and be right back. Wow, hour and 13. I think, there was one more thing I had to do while I was sitting in here. I do have to start another bag. I'm gonna make code lock one, but larger, because the pattern with his beachcombing that I've noticed is he goes for rocks, and I really go for small things with shells. Like this is gonna be a button on either a bag. I'm gonna try to make it. Oh, if I had a flap, that would have been a cool button, but the holes are totally natural. And, like that kind of thing, and, it goes from a rock, so I want to make a larger one. I like to always grab the small stuff. I do have, packed all this shipping stuff, because I was going to have a shipping spot here, and a shipping spot at my parents' desk. Oh, I got destroyed. There's me. Let me see. Where is he? That's me. Don't I look so happy? I was not happy. I was a very sad, angry kid. I'm not exaggerating, okay? Oh, Mr. Carlisle. This is my 6th grade math teacher. And he was an opera singer. He was one of the coolest humans in that. Oh, there's one more. Oh, I can smile on this one. This is when I was younger, though. 3rd grade. Pre 9/11. like, by months. It got water damage, unfortunately. I'm trying to get bangs again. My whole life I had bangs. I like not being able to have to worry about having a camera face. I don't know how those got in here. It was just two random pictures. Shipping equipment. Shipping. So, yeah. This very specific bag of little bags. It's a bag of mesh bags. Well, I'll just sacrifice this one, I guess. It's not quite. I know I have one a little larger. Oh yeah, this one. It's black. It's separate shirts. There's the toy shell that I was trying to wanted to make stamps also. Just need stamps. So just mesh. So this will be for smaller things, like if I find a little shark tooth or something like that, and it'll go in here. And I might actually tack it to the bag itself so it's attached and I don't have to worry about it going anywhere. I'll tack it to the corner so I have two chambers. I'm not going to use a safety pin because there's barracuda. And that's what I've always heard. I've never been nipped by a barracuda or anything like that, but they're attracted to shiny things. So better be I really like perler beads, so I really want to pick something from KYNTO to try and make. I really want to start doing giveaways. I live really far from a post office, but I do have stamps for some things. What was that? What was this one? I was not sure. What's that stamp? Yeah, I really want to try to. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go grab a smoke of coffee. Maybe change shorts. I just don't understand. I am like, I just always wear, like, for instance, I would take large Guy Harvey shirts and sew up the sides, so I just have long t-shirts rather than wearing t-shirt and shorts, and what else, and stuff like that. But I don't know how beach shorts or like swim shorts are supposed to fit. And I'm also trying to get some underwater clothes because it does get quite hot. And I actually found a website called Stage Vintage, I think. And Their bathing suits are sweet. I don't know if they like will fit well. Everyone's shape is unique, but my nose does not suit clothes well. One day I will learn to sew because it's just tiring. Everything just fits weird. When I had a working sewing machine, it was totally different because everything was fixed with two little zoop zoop. But yeah. So I'm trying to find like wrap clothes because then they fit just like whenever. All year round wrap clothing and more utilitarian clothes, which I was gravitated towards that, but and right now, like I all I see is like the clothes that I really have, like my dream clothes everywhere, but I just I don't know. There's so much of it that I can't pick anything. And like everyone has their personal style and stuff, and I feel like everyone's personal style, like something that you would like gravitate towards like consistently, will become trend. And a lot of people like either get kind of offended or something. I get super excited, whether if it's a certain craft that becomes like then it's so easy to get clothes for that aesthetic, if you will. And like floral dresses every summer, like I'm so stoked because they're everywhere, and then every winter they're in all the thrift shops. But stuff like that. And clothes are very important. You can't leave the house without them, and I'm just like consistently uncomfortable in modern clothes these days, and can't seem to find. And when I do find like the perfect little sundress, it gets here, and it's that material that like feels like static, like TV static, like it's bad for your heart or something. TV static, I don't, unrelated. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Coffee. But yeah, clothes. I will never stop complaining about that. Unfortunately, I'm sorry for being negativity to you. Oh, I forgot to change. They're very cool. Oh,
Good. Still hot?
yeah.
Oh.
Sweet. So, yeah, I'm gonna check the jar. I probably should. I'm going to, hopefully, yeah, KYNTO stream in a little, oh, maybe not, actually. I just realized something. These are sequins. They don't look like much, but got really cool effects adding this to small size. Two very utilitarian net bags. And this I just followed a pattern on, I looked up a crochet shopping bag, but it's the same thing. It's the chain stitch and the slip stitch. And the bottom it does have a little bit extra. Very excited because I could bring my clothes, like a flannel and stuff like that now. And it's just so simple. All this yarn, every time I see it at yard sales and stuff like that, I always scoop it up. Comes in very handy. Alright, so gonna go try to figure out what the rest of the night looks like. Really want to be ready for tomorrow. Gonna try to go very early. And night owls try to get did not think about that. Cannot help myself. I really want to try to get or print some bubble accessories. It's like this stand. I think I just put it on a tripod, but you're able to like make. You have to like find a good recipe. It's so crazy, the world of bubbles, and the effects. Like, I'm sure you've seen videos where the bubble artists are demonstrating their skills. Wild. like bubbles and springs and smoke and tesseracts, and it's just like crazy. That's why one reason why I really do love the internet and like short form content and stuff like that, because I would gladly watch an hour-long video of someone doing wicked like balloonery. Bubbles. However, with short form content, like I know sometimes it's easy to like erase too much time. It's such a treat to be able to see so many activities. Like, I'll be like a dude doing like the craziest bubble like tricks, and then I'll be like some dude like named Jaxie Whipper like doing covers with a bullwhip, and then it'll be like it's just, those are such not the best examples for the amount of, like, you know what I mean? There's so many human experiences. It was really the first decade, or first, you know, time that we could really see all that. Because I was thinking about that with art, like, art galleries, yeah, and like art shows and art demonstrations or live art and stuff. But really, like, you don't see the process of the art being made, and this is the time that that's become like just as much part of the art. And like a finished painting, like, could be enjoyed by untold amounts of people, but like videos of the painting being made could be enjoyed by millions of people. And like, it just blows my mind, stuff like that. And anytime I look at paintings, all I see are the different brush strokes and all this like little decisions. And the closer you get, like, the more clear the decisions are. Like, the more clear that there are decisions. And like the blobs of different colors, and you'll see like, and it's just so directed and on purpose, and it's like that. But being able to see those brush strokes being made, it's totally different. It's I've always been the type of person that wishes I was born in maybe the 60s, grew up in the 70s, and like, you know, live it up in the 80s, and then raise a family in the 90s, and you know what I mean? I think that was a pretty decent setup. However, I can't complain. I really do like this time period. It's like muddied up, but when you don't, like, I haven't watched the news at all, and really just been looking up different swim spots and different spots to check out and different things that are happening, like, within immediate surroundings, and you know, start there. And totally different outlook on life. I feel like, I don't know, I just falling back to baseline, which I love baseline. Like, I'm a self-content person, but like, it became hard to be because there's a lot. I mean, there is a lot happening, and it's really easy to fall into like a pit of not moving, and it's not even like moving thoughts. So I had to step back from just like that. And everyone's reality is different, and there are things that like are real bad, and but I'm just aware that you can't do much if you can't get yourself in like a good solid like headspace, and not even that, just like feeling good, and like have activities that like make you physically feel good. And there's so many of those, so that's one reason why I don't really feel the sensation of boredom, because like I'll either just make some random thing and then it's like hyper joy for a few hours, and like, this is a Dollar Tree little glass thing, but with some scrap wire, some really thin wire that was too thin to do too much with. Well, too much like in like what I'm was currently like working on. And next time though, I'm going to put a picture on the other side so you can see it through. I found a few methods of doing that. So I don't put like just the picture, kind of like a transfer, because then you can still get like light through it. And I think that would be, because right now it's just one of those stones still. But the wire I thought was too thin to do anything with. And it worked perfectly for this little weave, essentially. Like, weave, kind of like dream catcher weave or net a little bit. It's not the neatest work, but it works. Use the round pliers to just make this round little border. And it's just something that was scraps from the desk. And so what happens And finally did, ooh, let's stream this up. Are you, anyway, the fish with the black spot, finally ID'd, it's a silver porgy, and it's got, maybe that's something I should try to, that's it. Well, I guess I should probably start getting ready for, oh, I don't know if there's, I keep forgetting there probably won't be. Well, maybe I'll eat for a second and then try to get some drawing. I'm even more so pressuring myself to really master these things so I can move on to play with other colors. But these are very travelable, and I really want to make a little guide of all the species, and I have a book already. Tried to find another one of these notebooks. It's like $7 on eBay. It has lanterns on the tree. I can't find any more with lanterns specifically anymore with the tree. I used to have a lantern I carried everywhere, and Coblock's actually the only other person I know that uses lanterns. A lot of people I know forget they exist in propane lantern. Oh, anyway, so I got a few of these, and one for the sea life and the sea plants, and then the plant life and the land plants and the land life in this exact area. They did mow where the Spranthes Florida is. They had those orchids, Florida native orchid, and they did mow it, so I don't know if they're there anymore. I'm not really sure what to work on now. I actually thought that I had a few more hours left on this bag, because I was going to make it bigger, but this is really perfect. Like, if I wanted to bring this with me, I could. Oh, here comes rock filming. Yeah. Such a trip. There's a few people I know that really need their own channels. Swear to God. And like, I'm sure a few of y'all need your own channels too. I'm sure all y'all do. And it feels like adding to something. I can't explain it. I'm a hermit, introvert, but I really do like being born where I was. I like the fact that like it's so easy to communicate in so many different ways and share ideas and stuff like that, because I grew up in a time period where a lot of people, like in my general vicinity, don't really want to like think things through. It's more so like doing stuff, which is great. I do regret not doing more, but I always longed for like study groups. Did I not do that even? I don't know, but it's been a life-changing experience. Just, I guess, like putting yourself out there a little bit as part of it, and I guess just wanting to connect with other people to begin with. Cause like, I try not to mention it anymore, but like we went through some hell, we went through some crazy shit the last few years, and I think that just every day I have a different lease on life, and as long as you get in that ocean, as long as like there are ways to connect with other people, because it is very easy to fall into a pit of loneliness, or like convincing yourself like I don't know, convincing yourself of anything, because it's nothing really is or isn't. It's interactive and changes every 2 seconds. Like, they're putting a highway down the street now in the middle of nowhere. And like, my area seems like Kellogg was talking about, a lot of people arguing about, shoot, what was it? Oh, if the Burger King was good or not. And everyone was like, that's the best Burger King. Get out of here. I've been in there. It's the worst Burger King I've ever been in. Like, worse than, like, something by, like, I mean, the one downtown Lake Worth was, like, didn't have the best reputation. And Asheville was fire compared. I'm not the biggest Burger King. I haven't had McDonald's in years. And that's not, like, bragging or anything. I enjoyed a Happy Meal. Okay? I like getting a little plastic treat. And I know it's, like, counterproductive. Or like, intuitive to, like, who I am as a person. That's a nostalgic thing. I keep it forever. Okay? Anyway. And it has to be a very specific time, like, it has to be a specific thing. That's like, there's no way that I'm not gonna go and get it. Anyway. And it's just an edible. It doesn't taste the same. And another thing I liked, McFlurries. Or, like, McFlurry. And, I mean, the Sprite is pretty good still, probably. But it's been years. And then, for a while, like, Coke Block is like, I swear my throat hurts after eating them. And then it happened again and again. And then I, like, experienced it. And I was like, I don't know if it's, like a psychological, like, thing at this point. But it's just, why would you be surprised anyway? Because, what? It's just, I don't know. It's just inedible. It's not nostalgic tasting anymore. It tastes like tin. It tastes like tin. It tastes like pennies. Like pennies. It tastes like pennies. I'm sure the fries are fine. I don't know why they can't just put some malt vinegar packets out for us down here. I know in Canada they have malt vinegar packets. But it's not nostalgia taste thing. And I like the cheeseburgers. It's just like, you know, if you ever want to feel like the cartoon, it's just nostalgic. And I can say I do miss that. And like, I miss like also the days where like it would be 30 cents or something for a day. So we would just use that day to get a ridiculous amount and eat them outside somewhere. And like not eat nearly as many as thought. Stuff like that, but yeah, it hasn't been like that for a long time. It just tastes really odd, feels odd, and really bizarre experience when you go in, at least out here, full of people standing behind the counter, and they're like, you have to use the computer. Me, I'm just like, oh, okay. Every time I mess up, like, it gets, like, just, it's not that, like, I'm stupid or anything. It's that if you're getting, like, two things, clicking through, and you have to click through, it's not just, like, clicking, like a menu and you click what you want. Like, every object has its, like, its sub options. And somehow got spicy chicken nuggets that were inedible. I don't go for those. That's, and pretty much just used it as a McFlurry place, and every now and then but it's just, I lost taste for it a long time ago, I guess. I do like ice cream though, a lot. I like the local ice cream place out here, however, it's like a little softer. Like, for some reason it sounds weird, but it doesn't feel as cold as, like, ice cream. And it's just regular ice cream. And I don't know how to explain it, but it's more, like, fluffy. Kind of like marshmallow fluff or something. Like if it was mixed with cream. I don't know. Anyway, rambling a little bit about Future House. And speaking of ice cream, I think it's a really good time for summer. I really personally like pistachio or cookies and cream, and but I'll pretty well eat any ice cream. I'm trying to think if there's any that I just don't get into. I don't think there is. I really like the cold creaminess of ice cream, and I could eat it. Like, one of those ice cream makers is a very wise investment because you just take whole milk and like crushed strawberries, fresh strawberries, and sugar, and it turns into the greatest homemade ice cream like possible. And yeah, I really need to get into that again, especially during summer. And they're cheap. You can find them for like $25. It's just a barrel that holds ice, and you put some salt in it to make it super cold, and it just spins. And wouldn't mind trying the soccer ball one, because anything that forces you to run around like that, I'm all for. I wish I had a volleyball net or something. And yeah, but ice cream time. So sugar. Happy trails. Love y'all. Hope everyone has a beautiful day. And probably gonna be on a little bit later. I'm going to try to draw a pepper next. Kind of gave up on this hair. Looks like a bum hole. Or a belly button, but not the bottom of a pear. It does not look like the bottom of a pear. But slowly getting like the hang, and I have like a few more layers left to go before maxing out the paper. So I've read and have noticed. Wax doesn't go on wax, but you can see a little bit of sheen or shine. Yeah, see that? That's wax. So the thicker that gets, the harder it gets to place pigment onto it. And thinking, I think a while ago I saw someone use some what is that? Sandpaper. And to kind of give it texture, to add more texture or pigment on top. Yeah. But there's also all kinds of tips and tricks. That one link that I posted on the last live stream, I think is Jenny Partridge Art. Her tutorials are really, really informative, and she has these worksheets. I only started it, but this is just with red, blue, and yellow. You get full rainbow, which I've mixed colors before. However, I've never gone through it in a way, like, specifically to learn how to be efficient at it. Because then I could just, like, draw something on anything. And I want that freedom so bad. I hate being locked into intuitive doodles, because that's pretty much all I do. Is, like, I'll make them work, and I'll just keep doodling. And I always love, like, I know I don't, like, share a lot of drawings, but I do a drawing and I shove it in a pile, but I share every now and a lot of them just are doodles and they don't get colored or anything, but I really do like them, and I really want to draw things now with intent rather than just things that pop up, if that makes sense. And feel free to share anything and any nature shots. I really do want to try to learn how to draw landscapes. That's pretty much the whole point of like just forcing myself to like mark paper, because for some reason a blank white piece of paper is the most intimidating void that I personally know about. Correct.